Hello, my dear Capricorn. Love you so much. It's so good to have you here. Meditating over your sigil. We've been employing the use of the attraction power of these two magnets. There were several others that were involved, but these are the two that came together. If you paid attention to the beginning while we were analyzing and collecting data for this roundup, and what these boji stones know about how we landed. So we have that, and also this really awesome prism. Just getting a little bit more of your energy on these cards here, and we're going to be pulling 7 of these. This is the John Holland Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. Wow. Okay, so those shot out, but this one here turned in my hand with throat chakra. I'm not going to look at these. There's a big pile here. I'm just going to put those back, and we'll talk about this briefly. This is like our Wheel of Fortune card. Wheel of Fortune style energy, if you're familiar with that, over this deck. In this deck, it's actually the number 10 Destiny. And as you saw it, like, literally jumped out of my hand. Like, well, there it goes again. Some throat chakra, and what's going on with your life path? That's the 5th chakra. This color right here is probably very helpful for those of you, especially if you're dealing with coming out of an emotional withdrawal. Hearing it's about a change of fortune, change of destiny, change of life path. For some of you all, it's a special answer to a prayer. Maybe you knew something was going to happen. You've had some faith about what it meant and what it is that you have been achieving. Because I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's kind of like being confronted with the results of your 5 to 10 year plan. And I know some of you all are real big on planning like that, Capricorn, so we'll see what that's all about. I'm hearing that's where to stop with those there. Let's draw some cards. That's my Capricorn need to know here. We've got you and them. Although sometimes stories could flip-flop. Know your own designations. Whether or not they're actually your stories, love. Feel free also to, after you've seen this, check your sun, your moon, and your rising, so some of your other signs too. You might have other messages that show up there for you. I've had a bunch of messages that I hear from people show up in sometimes alternating signs, not even always like your sun and moon, but maybe the person that you're inquiring about, their sun and moon. Sometimes you'll get messages there, just depending on how these get relayed to me, so please feel free to look around. Alright. So, this top row here is thoughts. These are feelings. These are emotions and feelings here, I guess you should say. Emotions, feelings. And this is how people are acting. This bottom row here. This is what you have in common. Let's see here. Get you a side by side so I can see you. Hi, it's good to see you, Capricorn. Love you. Let's go ahead and start up here with thoughts. Alright. Wow, Capricorn. This is beautiful. I'm really happy to see this for you. Whatever it is you had faith in, it's like it's coming to the surface here, because this 19, this light, this is like the sun energy. For some of you, I'm hearing it's finding out something amazing about your children. For some of you all, it might be a special conception. I'm hearing it might even be you, but for some of you, I'm hearing it's about your children, and it's about like something they're celebrating. It's a rite of some kind of passage. For some, it's like finding out you're gonna have a grandchild or a child. For others, it's a surprise, like an engagement or a marriage, some kind of betrothal, something like that. I'm hearing for a few, it's another kind of rite of passage. It's like finding out about something that got named to your child. I'm hearing it's something about like the beneficiary status or how they're being honored. It's like an honorary thing, or maybe they graduated. It's like their degree, but I'm hearing it's like a very special way to be celebrated. And so for some of you all, it's where this situation picks up for some of you, because I'm hearing for some of you all, if you're single, it's like where you're going to meet somebody. And for some of you all, it might be somebody you already know that is in the mood to step up, is what I'm hearing. And it might be natural because you might know them pretty well, because it's like we have a new start energy here with this ace, this prosperity begins. It's like that's a new thing happening. And for some of you all, you might have, if you don't have a Taurus in your chart or have some Taurus in your chart, I'm hearing somebody might have proposed to you, or you might be proposing to somebody. And if that's the case, I'm hearing like whatever they came out of was a freaking nightmare. And whatever they did, it's like, oh my gosh, you might just want to check the Taurus reading, but some of them have come out of some sort of situation where it's like, it's amazing. It's amazing. And it's like, I'm hearing for some of you all, it's going to help you trust them a lot. And so it's going to let you feel comfortable about where they've been. And for others, you're going to also have to just know that there's other situations that could be happening. Because I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like, why you're letting something go is because you found out what they actually did. Two different situations, because in some situations, it's like where they put their hands, I'm hearing, was a real no-no. And for others, it's like where this left you in a trust situation with what this person might have left behind is going to make you feel very, very happy, especially if you are like celebrating the same thing. It's like there's something you might see them and you're going to be there to celebrate. And the way they're showing it to me, excuse me, I'm spilling water all over myself. The way they're showing it to me, somebody might be getting baptized is what I'm hearing too. It might be like something at your church or something like that. But I'm hearing it's like, if you knew them a while, it's like whatever they were dealing with, they couldn't talk about or whatever, is what I'm hearing. They didn't need to. But I'm hearing you might not have seen them in a while. And when you see them, I just see them like coming up. And normally I don't recommend putting your hands on anybody. I will just say that. I'm the guy that's like, keep your hands to your freaking self unless you know? But I'm seeing in this situation, it's like somebody you know really well, and it's like how they hugged you and like a real special way that they like grabbed somebody's hand afterward, and where it was just like the two of you like look, and it's like, oh no, we're just gonna keep holding hands now. And I see it being something like that where it felt comfortable. And so I'm hearing for some of you, something special is gonna happen where you are like in a fellowship. Okay, so moving on. Here's what's going on in the emotional sector. All right, financial and material changes. So here's where some of the more cautionary energy was showing up before. Remember I was saying in some cases it's like what you found out about where somebody's hand was and what they had been doing. There's a disruption here, and I'm hearing for some of you all, that might be part of why you have come together with this group of people. It's like a support, or like how pieces are coming together. There's a really strong energy here for how a shakeup might be handled, especially if people are feeling kind of emotionally like, I don't know how to usually change this, because I'm hearing for some of you all, that might be how you're feeling if you're on this side. And it might be like, I'm hearing this financial and material changes might just be, they're telling me it's a little bit of insecurity, but it's not like that bad, because it's like what you know and what you're opening yourself up to. But then at the same time, it could kind of be like a weird butterfly situation. you know, with this material changes. It's something you're feeling in your body. It's earthbound energy, this 5, and I'm hearing that's also an indicator too. If you're the Taurus or have Taurus in your chart, or we're dealing with a Taurus, you might want to check that one. If you hear that, my little boy is outside the studio just like meowing. I'll let him in later. It's different when he has to get out than when he's trying to get back in. But anyway, if you hear that, he's singing. So here's the other thing that's showing up. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like part of what this is showing me is it's almost like a psychic communication that you have together about how things get put together. This 16 and this 19 are very kind of complementary for me. This is a very scorpionic style energy for me. This is like a tower moment. This is somebody that is going through an emotional overhaul. I'm hearing it might have been a shit show for them, but that it's like they're at that point where it just changed and where it's given them a strength to do something and make a change, or to take a little bit of an initiative with how that energy is moving through them. I'm hearing that the way they're thinking about it is actually really good, especially if they've been shaken up a lot. And I'm hearing for some of you too, like depending on who this is, like if this is the one that really likes you a lot that you've known for a while, like 5 to 7 years at least. Actually, it might even be longer. I'm hearing for some of you all it could be as much as like 10 years. This person here, they've had to deal with a lot. I'm hearing they might have been on some medication or something for something that they might not have told people about. You know, I don't know if they're recovering from a surgery or something here, but I'm hearing that whatever it was like seriously intense, and that when they're around you, it's like their ability to feel a whole lot of things happens. It's like they feel it, whether or not they talk to you about it. I don't think that they maybe needed to, but I feel like they're very super empathic. They might have like Scorpio or like Pisces in their chart, even, I'm hearing. But I'm hearing whatever it is, it's like it throws them for a loop when they're around you. And I'm hearing like the worst part for some of you, if this is somebody that you really kind of were pining for, I'm hearing you might have been pining for them. And it's just like, just knowing that, like, I'm hearing maybe like financially you guys had different burdens and it just wasn't like the right timing. I'm hearing that might be changing though, because something's going on with them, especially if they have a business. I'm hearing their business might be doing well. All right, so let's hear what's going on with how people are acting. So, wisdom in shadow. So this is really kind of weird. Okay. I mean, it's good and it's weird. It's like, if this is somebody that you know really well, it's sort of like having a really amazing psychic vibe that can be also, I'm hearing it's like you could be traditional to each other or with each other if you are looking at it that way. But at the same time, it's like you might not have that relationship with them. It might be like where you met. I'm hearing it's like there's something traditional about it. Maybe you met at church, maybe you met at school, you met in something. Because I'm hearing it's like where you're seeing each other is what I'm looking at here. But I'm hearing it's like they have not been able to open up to you about something. They're like expecting you to know it. And I don't know if they're like super psychic or something. And they feel like, I'm hearing it might make them feel weird about knowing how to say things, because they might have been indoctrinated a certain way where it's like admitting that you can hear people, you know, like their thoughts and stuff is sometimes like frowned upon or something like that. I'm hearing it's like their angel devil is what they consider it. Maybe it's like they hear the angel, they hear the devil, and they can't tell people. They might have even been institutionalized for it a while back. I'm hearing they might have been put away between like 16 to 18, and maybe they were on medication for a while. They were diagnosed for like bipolar or like manic depression or something. And I'm hearing it's like dancing with the shadow a lot with them. And it's like they can't really tell you that they know all this stuff, because it's like, how do you tell people that? You know, it's like total empath problems. And so the thing is, it's like for some of you all, how you get back in front of each other is, I'm getting like this institutional vibe. It's like, I don't know if you're in like some kind of group or something together. It's like, whatever it is though, this chance to see each other is going to be interesting, especially if nobody's trying to take the upper hand about what they know. You know, I'm hearing it's like you kind of have to just like let it flow. And what's interesting though is it's like I keep seeing people doing things with the hand. Like this one here, it's like this hand is here and somebody's like trying not to, and then here it's like she's like releasing, and then here the hands are coming together, and then here it's like somebody's put one hand over the other one. And so I'm hearing for some of y'all it's like if you're close enough to be able to hug them at this event, somebody's going to go for the hand, and it's going to be awesome, especially if that hasn't happened before, if you're like the single. It'll be romantic. That's not going to be for everybody though. You're going to know that. Alright, let's see what's going on here in the middle. Alright, we've got patience. So for some of you all, alright, you know that this is what you have been growing with this person. For some of you all, this is like the right kind of feeling unsettled, is what I'm hearing. This patience here, it can be a little unsettling too, because it's a 14, but it's a 5 too. 5s are like energy that's like changing, and it can make us feel like, oh my goodness. And this is also, it's like, this here is a lot like the Temperance card. But for me, it also kind of reminds me of the Hanged person a little bit, the Hanged Man, except it's not. But it reminds me of that because it's like something has been... You had to hold yourself in a certain type of yoga to be able to grow something out of your hand like that. And it's kind of like, I don't know, for me, the hangman's a little bit like a joke like that too. It's like what happened while you might have been hanging on that tree that you might not have realized. And where we jump out of different energies. And so I'm hearing for some of you all here, it's like realizing that there's a lot of change you're being introduced to here now, Capricorn, because it's like you're being shown something very openly, and for some of y'all it's like how you're giving your own light and how something might be given back to you, but it's like you're having to change something. And I'm hearing for those of you that need to know, it's like if somebody offers you a private gift, you probably really deserve it for everything that you've been doing here. I'm hearing for some of y'all, it's like you might have invested in something. I'm hearing it's like house changes or thinking about things like that that could be maybe weighing on you a little bit. And I'm hearing somebody might have been endowed with something to make a gift for you, and that you might get to see it differently as something that you've actually grown together. And so I'm hoping that's the case, because that's what it's looking like for some of you all here. All right, let's see what we've got with the Romance Angels. Heart-to-heart conversations. Maybe your willingness to speak. Because it says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And we have engagement. Look at that. So, darling, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. I'm hearing. If this is the one that's known you for a while, that didn't know how to say it, who's got the business thing that's starting to kick off, it's like... It could be like keys to a house or something that they hand off to you. I'm hearing, depending on who you are, Capricorn, this encounter with somebody, it could be really significant. It's like, I mean, I was seeing somebody like holding somebody's hand, but like, I just like somebody else's guides told me that it's like somebody might literally just be like, hey, you know, and like put some keys in your hand or something. And it just depends on who you are. But this is like a gifted, beautiful situation where it's like somebody is watching over you. And I don't know who this person is here outside of the house, but it's like there's a blessing being made here, Capricorn. I'm hearing for some of y'all, just be willing to have that conversation. Yes, I'm hearing it might be like, what? Like, it might be like, what? Like, it might seem like too good to be true for some of y'all, but it's done in love here. And this is blessed, because that's happening in front of the sun. That's like a special 911, if you ask me. Alright, let me know what you think. Can't wait to hear what you think. If you would like, I love your comments. If you need a little more support, feel free to reach out. Verified Martians, our Discord chat room is listed below. If you need your own reading, or I can just answer your questions, I can look like just your energy and get as specific as you need, feel free to reach me. I'd love to do that for you. If I don't hear from you, just know I'm thinking of you. We'll catch you again soon. We're back for another one, Capricorn. Bye for now.
promise that you'll catch me later.